Good evening. Hope you had a good week. It's come around quickly this Friday. It's been a busy week, so the week's gone quickly, thankfully. And I've got a beer which I have had previously and I enjoyed, but I thought I'd put it on here because I picked up 4 cans of it for £4.50 in Aldi recently, which I thought was really good value. Now, you'll have had Stella Artois before. You may have had it years ago when it used to be good. Nowadays, Stella Artois, the British Stella Artois anyway, because I've not had the European stuff in a long time. The British stuff is a drain pour. It's absolutely shocking. It's terrible. Whereas, you can get Stella Artois unfiltered. And you'll have noted, as I have, that these days you get hazy beers that are unfiltered. It used to be when, well, up until around about 5, maybe 10 years ago, the notion of drinking a beer for me that had any sort of haze or cloudiness to it, I never would have gone near it because it usually meant that it was off. But filtering the beer, they like to filter it to take out what's perceived as impurities, stuff that, to make it clear because it looks more palatable. But actually, not filtering it can leave in a lot more of the flavour. So it stands to reason that unfiltered beer tastes, well, the flavour notes are generally more pronounced. Although there are good filtered beers as well, let's be honest about that. The Stella Artois unfiltered, and it's got Belgium written on there. It's a Belgian firm. However, premium unfiltered lager beer, brewed in the UK. So why they insist on putting Belgium on it? To try and trick you into the fact that it's a European brewed beer. It isn't. It's made in the UK. They do this all the time. However, my reckoning, this is definitely one of the better UK brewed beers that is purporting to be continental. It says unfiltered, and it is hazy. It's not cloudy, it's hazy. But for a lager, definitely haze about it. Really looks good in the glass, doesn't it? And wow, the aroma's excellent. It's just bursting with aroma. It's really, really lovely. It's got that lagery smell, so it's got a bit of malt about it, but I may be on my own with this, but you pick up a hint of apple. I have seen other beer reviewers talking about this stuff. I don't think any of them have said that. By all means, correct me if I'm wrong. You pick up that kind of like green fruit, apple, pear. It smells. It doesn't smell, not to these nostrils anyway. There is a bit of kind of like zest, a bit of lemony zest, but it's the green fruit, kind of unripe tomato maybe. I hope it's making it sound nice because it smells really, really good. There is a bit of spice on the nose as well. So it's got a good aroma. It looks great in the glass. It's holding on to the head. It's a quality beer, £4.50 for 4 cans. I mean, they're 440ml cans. They're not 500ml. 5% lager. First of the week. Your good health. Yeah. The first thing to say is that the smell is more pronounced than the flavour up front. Where this comes into its own, it's got a lovely aftertaste to it. In fact, it goes so far as saying that's a fantastic aftertaste. Up front, it is a little bit thinner than the aroma, but that's not to say that it's letting us down. Far from it. So you get the lager malt. A little bit, as I pointed out on the aroma, I'm picking up, apple pear, also a little bit of orange, to be honest, especially as it comes through now. It's got a real tiniest hint, and this may sound insane, but in a good way, of orangeade. And it dries off. It just leaves a really nice dry with a bit of pepper aftertaste. A lot going on with this. And like I pointed out, it is miles ahead of the regular 4.5% Stella Artois. This is a really well-made, lovely drop of lager. And for it to have Stella Artois Belgium on it, this is the first one that I've had brewed in the UK that you can get at the moment. There may be others about. If anyone knows of anything, by all means recommend them. This actually has earned its stripes. I go so far as saying, if you had a Belgian visitor, I don't think they'd be disappointed if you gave them this. It's really that good. For the price, £4.50, 4 cans, it can't be any lower than 10 out of 10. Well, there's a wasp. It's coming to that time of year, September, mid-September, where these guys, well, maybe I should stop the video now before it goes for me, eh? Your good health. Go out and get some Stella Artois unfiltered from Aldi if you can.